Alright, I am going to show you how I emulsify lanolin, and I have to apologize for the bouncing light behind me. I'm not really sure why it's doing that, but anyways, you'll see I have a regular coffee mug and a cup-ish of hot water and a wool wash bar sample. And inside my cup is my spoon with my lanolin, and I usually just get a big glob that I eyeball. So what I'm going to do is, oops, sorry about that, I'm going to pour my water in until it fills up my cup. Now this is hot tap water that I got out of my sink, and then I put it into the microwave for about a minute or so. I used to do it from a tea kettle, but it just would get too hot, and I found that it took too long to cool down, so I just do it in the microwave now, and it seems to work a little better. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to wait for this little blob of lanolin to completely melt, and when it does, I'll drop that little wool wash bar sample in. Alright, so now my lanolin is completely melted, as you can see. So I'm going to take my little bit of wool wash bar and drop it inside. I'm just going to let that hang out for a second, just so it can melt and get kind of to the water temperature a little bit. I don't know, I think it helps somewhat. Usually while I have this going on, I'm preparing my lanolizing water, but I've already done that right now, so I'm just going to start giving this a stir, and hopefully we'll get to see the magic happen. And I haven't, like I said, let it sit as long as I typically do, but I'm just going to let it go. And within a minute or so, we should begin to see it start to turn milky, and then immediately it will just turn bright white, which is the magic. It's funny, I've seen people say add more water, add more soap. I really don't find that that helps in any way. I find that I use actually very little soap. The little sample that I just used, I've actually used it twice today to emulsify lanolin, and there was still quite a big piece, and I'll probably still have enough left over for another time. So as you can see, it's starting to turn, but still a lot of yellow on the top. And here comes the magic. There we go. And it's already turning bright white. And so that is what we are looking for. And then what I do is, it will never cool down in this mug here with all that water contained. So I get a little shallow plastic dish, and I just take my little spoon out there, and I just, oh, I have a little friend in there. Okay, get him out, and then I just dump that right in, and I think I just heard my little sample go kerp splat, so I can probably fish that out somewhere in here, if it is in here. Sometimes they fool me and I don't see them. Some people use little teaspoons, not teaspoons, but the strainers to, I see it in there, it's rolling around. Anyways, they use those little tea balls and use that to put their little soap sample in, and then that way they can fish it out pretty easy. But oh, there it is, I had it right on my spoon, little booger. Anyways, in the next step, I'll show you what it looks like once it gets into my lanolizing bath. Alright, so now it's time, and you'll see still whole milk. And what I like to do is stir it up a little bit. I just kind of shake it a little bit, and I feel my water. When they're about the same temp, then I want to go ahead and drop it in. And let me turn the camera there so you can see it. You'll see it just fills right up, and there are absolutely no globs in that water, just milky water. There's my sample. I couldn't fish it out earlier. That's how much is left of my sample. So I can put that back up to dry to use another time. And now I've got my wool, and I can drop it in. I just got it sitting in a separate bath with the same temperature. And then I'll just drop that water in too, may as well use it up. And as you can see, no blobs. And these will be perfectly lanolized. I usually let them sit in for about 30 minutes or until they start to cool down. Hope this helps you.